wide open. MC will not get first in that scenario. Instead, he will at least at best be second. What a crazy division, man.
I don't even know what to say about that last game, man.
Still
It actually
gathering it all in.
Actually blows my mind that he was able to do that. Hwangsin playing it really his standard, I would say. And somehow or another, being able to bust a ramp. You know, we saw Arthur do it, as you were talking about last game, Frodan.
Andre, is that going to be your #1 top 10?
No. I'm not biased, man. I'm not biased. Go Hwangsin! But I'm not biased.
Who are you rooting for? Who'd you pick for this match?
Hwangsin. I will always pick for Hwangsin. Always.
Not biased.
Anyway, let's go ahead and introduce our players. MC again, the red Protoss in the top right-hand corner. On Daybreak, bottom left-hand corner, we have Hwangsin, who's checking for some proxies. Doesn't want to die to anything silly. But I'm interested to see what he does over here on Daybreak, both these players really, because MC opened up a very standard style last game, but in game #1, he didn't at all. Game 1, he opened up something so crazy, which was, of course, non-blink stalkers. Non-blink stalkers on a map like Cloud Kingdom. I'm interested to see how he actually opens up over here. He's the one that we really need to keep an eye on. Hwangsin, I do suspect he's going to open up for 2 gas on this map. He historically has loved to do 2-gate robo expand. I've seen him do that a lot, and especially on Daybreak, I wouldn't be surprised if he saw something like
It is a pretty safe map to go for some kind of robo expand. The map is very difficult for blink stalkers to do stuff. In that same vein, actually, look at this with MC. A gas steal.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
That is very annoying.
And Hwangsin's trying to gas steal his opponent, but he can't. Because MC is just staying right around the corner. No, guess not.
That's going to allow MC to take that gas. Wow, that is very annoying. Now, Hwangsin will eventually get his gas. It's just going to be delayed. And MC's going to have a tech advantage. So we'll see what things go from here. Hwangsin's just going to keep scouting. Just in case. You never know.
That's right. Now starting up on the gas with the single Zealot. You can see he's chrono boosting out his Warp Gate. And MC doesn't know this yet, but he should go over there and see, okay, chrono boost on the cybernetic score.
He even took a gas for a single box. There's actually a trick you can do, Andre, where if you have the probe mine the mineral, it eliminates the gas in his hand, and you mine back the gas. So if you just like shift click between the geyser and the mineral patch, you could steal like a lot of resources.
Do you know who the first person I ever saw do that in a live, like real competitive game?
I feel like it'd be someone like Huck.
Flash in StarCraft Brood War.
Riz, that's the answer I need to start saying for everything. So I feel like that's the 3rd time you told me something tonight.
Yeah, Flash is the one that did that. He was on this terrible map. I forgot the name of it. But basically, every single corridor was separated.
How did he manage to gas steal with an SCV?
Okay, so he didn't get... He gas stole at his opponent's natural because the natural was separated by a patch of minerals.
Oh.
He double barracks, floated it over, got a couple of SCVs over as well by mineral walking. It's basically glitching out the SCV so they walk over mineral patches. Don't ask me how they do it.
That's really crazy.
And then he was able to mine out the mineral patch and do a double racks pressure. And his opponent was
while
going,
mining out his gas.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Imagine if you pylon block your opponent and then you just mine all their gas out. That's awesome. Force steal on the ramp to prevent Hwangsin from moving any further forward. MC is very safe. He does have his Dark Templar Shrine going up. DTs are actually very common on Daybreak because you can actually expand behind DT pressure very easily. Hwangsin's still trying to bust the ramp, although I feel like he really can't do too much. He's just poking here and there because the force field could just single-handedly end the pressure.
That's right. Well, he's trying to bait out as a sentry, actually. He wants his opponent to make a sentry, but 4 stalkers will be warped in there, or at least 2 more. Total of 4, and really back Hwangsin away. So nice job done by Hwangsin. I feel like that was really good pressure. Immortal on the way just to help out, but he really needs that observer.
Yeah, he thinks it's Blink coming out from MC. Otherwise, you can prioritize the observer.
Which makes 100% sense. I mean, you know MC is going to have the gas advantage. Where is he going to actually use that? And Hwangsin, he's doing something super standard. Going ahead and taking his...
Oh, second Immortal being chrono boosted from Hwangsin. DTs are going to come out soon, Andre.
The only thing Hwangsin has a tiny bit of an indicator is the fact that there are zealots being warped in. Normally when you see Blink Stalkers, you do not see any zealots like this hiding back in the main. So he should actually think Observer. And yes, he's chrono boosting out an Observer as we speak. 2 Dark Templars, though, ready to charge the way at the natural and the main base. And...
Hwangsin knows he needs to force through the ramp. He lets it go.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Wow, he's about to find out. Now he knows now. His observer is pointed into the right direction as soon as it comes out, and he's going to be able to deal with it. How many workers is he going to be able to kill?
Oh, no.
Actually killing a stalker as well. Oh, wow, DTs do some awesome damage.
Yeah, man. Most definitely.
Most of the damage has been abated, though. That could have been much worse. MC does sack a bunch of stuff, too, by sending the DTs in. But nice job by Hwangsin.
Income tab shows something pretty nice, 27 to 26 with MC. He's pretty far behind, actually. He's behind in the mortal count, which is actually pretty significant. And all Hwangsin has to do is just really macro up from here and assume the advantage roll. Tech to Colossus, get your third base, etc., etc. That's all you really have to do. He's pretty far ahead, and he's always going to be just slightly ahead of his opponent in that, well, he has a better economy. He should have his upgrades a little bit faster.
Yeah, I mean, MC's not going to try to switch to Robo and play from behind. He's going to add more gates and go Blink. Now, you can hit a timing with Blink Stalkers, where your opponent has his first Colossus out, or maybe second one, but really just like the first Colossus, basically when they just committed all their gas to like Thermal Lance, the Robo Bay, and they're very vulnerable. If you can have a huge, massive Blink Stalkers and micro correctly, then maybe, but it's still really tough because Hwangsin has an awesome position. He's had his expansion for so much longer, and he even has a third geyser over his opponent. I feel like Hwangsin's in an awesome spot.
But Hwangsin hasn't been probing. I don't know what he's doing here.
Yeah,
he hasn't been probing for a while. I know he was supply cap for a little bit, but
you're right.
he really hasn't been concentrated.
Now.
Yeah, they were even at one point, and now MC is super far ahead. Nice little try there, but of course Blink is up, so MC won't actually be dying to those Immortals.
I think he didn't see an expansion, so he doesn't know. Yeah, he didn't know if his opponent was going to follow up like with an Archon charge attack or something like that. So.
And he sees so many gateways, right? He did see the... No, he didn't even see the gateways. He didn't even poke in here. He's just been really scared because after Dark Templars, you're assuming your opponent's going to re-all in. Since going economy is like super risky, because you're basically saying, okay, I'm just going to take the disadvantage, but MC is so happy to oblige that. Income tab now shows 36 to 45, so MC is pretty far ahead. Oh my goodness. Just Hwangsin read the situation wrong, and because of that, he's actually pretty far behind.
Yeah, I think MC is able to play information correctly and able to get an advantage. First Colossus is out, though, and MC's like, okay, well, I guess I have to just play it by getting another Robo and just start going from here. He doesn't really have that timing he can go for instead, and that makes sense, too. I mean, honestly, it's not really worth committing everything. I do like his choice, though, of going for charge and then getting a Templar Archives immediately, Andre. He's going to start dedicating some early Archons. Now, I know a lot of people like going double Robo, but I just feel like Archons have so much utility. What do you think, man?
It's really, really tight, I think. Now, Archons are really good, don't get me wrong, but I think prioritizing Colossus is a lot more important because how many situations have you seen where it's like you have 5 Colossus or 7 Colossus just kiting Archons and other Colossus, but the other Colossus are significantly less. And it gets to the point where Archons just can't keep up in that fashion. But on the other hand, there are a couple of good timings where you can incorporate Archons. The disparity in Colossus isn't too extreme, so you can really take advantage of that timing. And I feel like in that position, then yes, Archons would be good. But we're going to see... What?
Oh my. Hwangsin started a Stargate, Andre.
Wow.
instead of a third base.
Interesting.
So he's going to delay the third base and go for Stargate.
We've been playing around with Mothership for
a quick Mothership?
A lot. Not a quick Well, yes, Mothership off 2 base, but it's a lot different than this. And that's interesting. We've been looking over the advantages of just doing recall.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, sorry, I was like, wow, he's gonna get the Observer, and the Observer barely lives. Recall is very strong PvP.
Yeah, you could basically eliminate your opponent's base and not go into a base trade situation, and defend expansion. So it lets you be a lot more aggressive out in the field, and you don't mind actually taking your opponent's side of the map, just knowing that you will be inevitably fine. MC doing a good job of just positioning his stalkers, but inevitably,
oh, I did get the Observer, so it's nice there. Guys, if you're just tuning in, we're in the middle of a series between Hwangsin and MC. Winner of this game gets so much positioning within a division. It's week 8. We only have 1 more week left in North American regular season play. MC is 4-2. Hwangsin is 3-3. A win for Hwangsin ties him with MC. MC would get first place if he wins, and he ties himself with Vibe. So, actually, Vibe has the advantage because Vibe beat MC. So, with that in mind, MC needs to win this. So does Hwangsin, because going 3 and 4 is really tough to kind of stay in and make your case. Hwangsin scouts and sees the third base has already been up for a little bit of time, and Hwangsin starts a super early Mothership. So, Andre, we'll see how Recall ends up coming to play, if at all. Although I feel like Hwangsin invested in it super early, and he's falling super far behind his economy compared to MC, because MC has been able to squeeze out a lot more probes, a lot more gas, utilize it to things. In fact, he's even caught up in the Colossus count because of how big of investment Stargate, Fleet Beacon, and the Mothership cost.
But when it comes down to it, MC has no indicator to tell him that there is a potential timing attack, so Hwangsin is doing this in like the Shroud. He's basically saying, well, my opponent really can't justify some sort of timing attack because he knows I've had the robo timing for a lot longer than him. So I think MC should be a little bit more prudent to actually attack, but he is approaching that 200-200 pretty fast here. So he might just, based on him being maxed, just say, yeah, I'm going to go for it.
All right, yeah, we might have just a simple 200-200 attack. MC's +2 is way far ahead of his opponents as well. Now starting to add on some Archons, although MC has an incredible amount of Zealots, 24 just to the 10, and the Zealot flank can be very powerful unless your opponent sets up really nicely with their defensive Colossus positioning. MC now also dropping a lot more units onto the field. He's pushing out more Templars for Archons, and now his Colossus count is at a very healthy 7. Which is pretty impressive. He's going to get his 8th, and he caught up to his opponent. Hwangsin will not have Archons. And Archons are so great. They take up so much space. They absorb so much damage. They deal with the Zealots efficiently. I feel like MC, his attack is going to be super strong, and it's all up to this one Mothership that Hwangsin has to be very careful about, because if this Mothership's improperly positioned, that's it.
That's right. We're probably going to see Hwangsin defend the natural third location right around here until his opponent actually makes a move, but oh my gosh.
Nice snipe. The Mothership's also not in position at the natural. MC's might be able to section off his units. Hwangsin's caught way out of position. This is a very bad spot for Hwangsin after everything. The whole setup.
Oh, now Hwangsin shows. And we could see a massive vortex. Oh, he misses the vortex, Frodan. No!
Well, some of the units are getting caught in there because MC has to fight from a very choked position. Can he utilize the Observer as well? As the Colossus can't attack, he's able to manipulate. He's able to take out the vision as well. And now Hwangsin is able to kill a bunch of the Colossus, although Zealots are flanking from behind. The Observer from MC are flying in and now able to get in position as well. Lots of Colossus is dying. MC's Colossus will fall. Although the flank from the Zealots are also doing a great job. At the same time, MC, that clutch Observer, doing a phenomenal job. MC with another warp in. He does have a very healthy amount of supply. The Mothership needs to get back into position as well. What is going on? More Colossus are being rallied as well from MC all the way across the map, but Defender's advantage belongs to Hwangsin. This is such a scrappy fight. The Zealots are charging as fast as they can. and Hwangsin stabilizes with less supply because that Vortex did end up saving
Wow,
him.
look at the units lost tab. Hwangsin is so much more cost efficient in that last battle. A difference about 3,600 resources. So off of that, he's able to retain 2 Colossus. One of them is pretty badly damaged, but you can see that Mothership coming into play really, really nicely. And it's really, to be honest, it's so hard to actually scout for that. One of Hwangsin's biggest things that he focused on is actually denying as many observers as possible. And he says, as long as I can do that, Mothership is actually really, really good. Because MC doesn't have any cue to say, oh, this is going to be a good timing, I should go attack. That's why he's just going to back off 200 hits. He's like, okay, I feel comfortable. Hwangsin, though, going to take his 4th base. I don't necessarily agree with the top left-hand side position.
Yeah, center expansion seems to be much tighter.
Yeah, but what he wants to do, I think, is say, okay, well, MC, if you want to commit all the way to this top left, it's going to be the farthest away from all my other expansions, and then I can go into base trade because I have that Mothership so much faster than you. So that definitely could be his thought process. 2-1 upgrades for Hwangsin, 3-0 for MC, and you can see 3-2 is on the way for Hwangsin. So Hwangsin's actually looking pretty good in this game. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, he's held his own for a while. Zealot Harass has been shut down.
Yep.
One little trick I used to do a lot in PvP was get a Phoenix, just one Phoenix, dedicated to following the Observer. And if you ever catch the other Observer, you just have the Phoenix snipe it almost immediately. Yeah. It's a nice little trick, and that's why people actually make 2-3 Observers late game PvP. It's so valuable, especially since MC, you saw how his Colossus got 3 shots, he got hit 3 times without being able to reciprocate. And as a result, the battle swayed the opposite direction. Now, MC does have superior upgrades with +3 for just a couple more seconds until Hwangsin gets 3-2, and then it's going to favor him. MC trying to section off Hwangsin, pressuring him off of moving out to the center so that way he can have alone time with a top left expansion. But that might give Hwangsin the cue to trap the army.
I don't know if he can trap the army, though. This is a really, really big force over from MC. And this is the position, actually, where I tell Hwangsin, do not include your Mothership in the army. You're pretty self-sufficient with just positioning and defensive turtling. And then just be a little bit more aggressive with your units. But right now, Hwangsin not able to really use his advantage, which is that Mothership. He needs to actually be on the middle of the map. He needs map control. So until this next battle actually concludes, he won't be able to really move out and do damage, which is really, really a shame. Yeah, that's why High Templars are going to be so efficient against the Mothership.
I love MC's position with the High Templars. With the Observer in respect to it, just making sure to climb it, or to climb over that biodome just to make sure that if the Mothership appears too close, just feed back, and the Mothership is pretty much just a walking cloak device which your Observer can track down. Zealots are running down to the 3rd base trying to snipe this cannon and do some economic damage. Hwangsin's already behind in the economy, forcing the Zealots to attack. That way it can draw units out of position. The Mothership's way
this is
isolated.
Good, though. No, I like it. And then he's going to recall. He needs to oh, no, he's not even going to recall.
He doesn't need to. Oh, that was a scary moment, though. MC, I saw his plan. I still see what he's trying to do, trying to bait out the units, although his High Templar are safely tucked away by his units. She's still trying to do massive warpins to draw attention away and force units out of position. But Hwangsin's moving down the ramp. High Templars are backing up as well. Huge run by.
This is kind of good for Hwangsin.
Feedback on the Mothership. No vortexes for you. And the Observers actually, is he able to see anything? Yes,
Hwangsin.
He is. Hwangsin's Observer is way out of position as well, can't snipe it. And the Archon, do they get the Mothership? No, the Mothership barely survives. What a game, and Hwangsin is caught all the way out here, isolated. Archons are now working. The Zealots killing stuff at the 3rd.
No, he's going to get overrun here, Frodan.
Yeah, finally picked apart from all different points.
No. There's, it's really tough. I mean, the Colossus advantage still goes to Hwangsin, so he definitely has something back here. He's going to kite the Archons. This is what I was talking about before, Frodan. Just when you have so many Colossus, the one Colossus is trying to trail the other ones, but because of this kiting, it's just so efficient for these Colossus to just kill the Archons so they don't do any damage. Still another round of units coming out here. Units lost tab. Now evening out a little bit more, but still Hwangsin is in the advantage. As you can see, MC is starting to take his 4th base, but continue on this pressure. Hwangsin hasn't mined as much as MC. That's the big problem.
Yeah, his economy has constantly been lower than his opponent. doesn't really have a way to salvage any situation either because his poke count is so low, 35 to 64. MC can double expand, remax faster than his opponent.
Yeah.
Hwangsin, it's all about the reload. He doesn't have any more magazines left. His clip is empty, basically.
Oh man,
And I don't
Hwangsin
think
was
he's
so
gonna be fair.
close this game, and it's just spiraling out of control for MC. MC is just playing this phenomenal. This guy is like superhuman, man. You don't understand how many games me and Hwangsin went through. We have so many training partners. We had so many replays of MC, just analyzing his play, looking at his tendencies, trying to really maximize the efficiency of how Hwangsin can play against him. We went over like simulations. I tried to play like MC style, although it was nothing like this.
It ended up being like being everywhere on the map, and
yeah, we went through
smart
simulations of like what would happen if you did this game one. If you lost game one, what map are you gonna choose? And MC doesn't care, man. He's just like, whatever, I got this.
Well, you know, MC did take a lot of damage here on a lot of his Archons. Hwangsin trying to spread out his units and prevent from jumbling up. Colossus' advantage does go to MC. Hwangsin, the last remnants of his army, is about to crumble. Hwangsin coming so close to upsetting one of the leader divisions here in Division number 4, but MC now 4 times up the supply of his opponent with 2 extra bases. That is too large an advantage. Hwangsin knows he pretty much has probes and observers. Look at the Unix tab, Andre. He's got nothing. Probes and observers.
I think he's just, everything's coming to him. He realized it was so close.
Yeah, so close, but mad props to Hwangsin. Game number 2, guys, if you missed it, was one of the most exciting PvPs in terms of being able to turn around things. It reminded me so much of Mana's game on Ohana back when he was playing in DreamHack just a couple of weeks ago. Awesome, awesome play this series, but in the end, one person has to be declared a victor, and MC overall was making better decisions. I do want to call to attention the Zealots at the third from MC to kind of divert his attention away, and Hwangsin moving down his ramp, which was a little bit hard, like a little bit suspicious, because why would you move down a ramp into Colossus that are already there, and he's moving into a rally point for MC? Like, Hwangsin can't reinforce there. MC had a pylon, and pylon warp-ins, obviously everyone knows, is just a superior point. I think Hwangsin was a little bit impatient, and that's what costed him the entire game.
Yeah. The motherships are really good offensively, but not good defensively. I know that sounds counterintuitive because we always see Vortex play such a pivotal role, but when High Templars are on the field, it just doesn't make sense to use them like that. An easy feedback outranges the Vortex, and then you're in a terrible position. This is going to be the last fight. Hwangsin is going to be defeated. Good game. And there it is. MC will take it 2-1. I'm so sorry, Hwangsin fans. You know
I'm
what?
very happy for MC, though. That was very well done.
Yeah, definitely so. MC played it beautifully, and I'm positive that he didn't put nearly as much time into fighting Hwangsin as Hwangsin did to MC. But, you know, when feedback is so prevalent, it's so easy to counter that mothership. Not really good to actually incorporate in the fight, and that's why what you want to do is take that space, take map control, and really try to utilize that as much as possible. So you can go dive third bases, naturals, main bases, knowing that a simple recall is going to save everything, and then you have the economic advantage. All Hwangsin needs to do is stabilize a little bit more, but normally the Protoss partners that we've had are passive. As soon as there's a big trade, they both wait until 200, and then attack. MC, not the case. He likes to be aggressive on the field, and when when Hwangsin isn't able to actually take his opponent's Zelnaga tower, he can't use his mothership advantage. Yes, it works the first round, but as soon as High Templars become more prevalent, the base count gets higher and higher, then, you know, High Templars are just going to pave the way for his aggressive attacks.
That game of series was brought to you by Azo.com. Check out Azo.com/NA for more information about all our monitors and all their brands. Guys, our last series of the day is Tasia versus Thorzane, as well as a Fierce Fitness segment. Don't go anywhere. We have lots more StarCraft 2 and fun-filled laughter when we return.